Hello and welcome to A Lot of Help. No, this is not a soap show today. It's Sunday and it's Memorial Day weekend. I'm not doing any of the soap shows today. So if you're coming on asking about soaps, I'm not talking about them today. But I did decide to come on and talk about an issue that I thought I'll bring to the forefront before anybody else can talk about it because it's just better if it comes from me. You see the title, which is titled, Yes, I'm Fat Again. It's obviously a brazen title just to get your attention. But now that I have your attention, let's talk about it. I'm saying chat room, whoever's coming to chat room and talk to me, that's fine. I don't know what's going on, so I'm just going to put that there, just so everybody's talk to me. But I decided to come on. I'm James Lott Jr., of course, a certified life coach. LottofHelp.com is the website. It's Sunday, Memorial Day weekend. I'm taking this weekend off for myself. But I had a few comments on things here and there that I thought, I'm going to come on for a little bit and talk about this today because it was on my mind. And that's why I get to do this, of course. I want to say it out loud. I have gained weight. Yes. I did Jimmy Kimmel show a couple weeks ago, and almost 95% of the comments were like, I can't believe he's 52 years old. Oh my God, it's great for his age. Then there was that 2% that mentioned my weight. My ex-stepfather, who I'm still friends with, actually commented, this comment to me was that, wow, you gained a lot of weight. So I'm talking about right now. I gained about 60 pounds in the last year. It wasn't overnight. It was over the last year. Yes, I'm bigger. And it's funny is I didn't even realize it until like a couple months ago. Like I knew I was gaining weight here and there, but I just wasn't really because I wasn't wearing. It sounds crazy. Maybe it doesn't. I wasn't wearing regular clothes for the most part of last year. And a lot of us have this where we're not. I wore a lot of sweats and shorts and t-shirts and sweatshirts. I mean, I wasn't like dressing for anything serious. Not last year. I didn't go nowhere. I didn't travel. It's funny. I put on shoes the first time in a long time, like actual shoes. It's been a year. I was wearing flip flops and sandals, and sometimes tennis shoes or barefoot. That I didn't really notice the weight gain until it was too late. No, until it was like later. And at first, I was a little ashamed at first. Then I quickly got out of that and go, "Why are you ashamed? You gain weight. People gain weight. I mean, I don't look horrific or horrible. I didn't gain so much weight that I can't get rid of it or lose it. I still can do it. I'm still relatively healthy in some ways. So I mean, it's not, and I know why it happened. And that's what you have to get because see now we're heading into that hot girl summer and hot boy summer, and everyone's showing off their bodies online. Yes, I do know there are folks out there who's on Instagram. There are big guys and big girls who show off their bodies too, celebrating bigness and all that. You'll never see me show off my body. That will never happen. I will never have no shirt on for whatever. Now, I will admit this one thing because I'm human. I will admit this. There are folks who have great bodies. I know that I know they work hard for them and stuff. But there are folks with great bodies that when I hear them complain or say how they don't feel good about themselves and they have nice bodies, it is hard for me to feel sorry for them. I try to get compassion because I do know that just because you have a great body or a great haircut or whatever doesn't equate that you're happy. I do know that. And it's because you have a great body doesn't mean the grass is always greener either on the other side. So I do understand that part. I do. But I will admit it's hard for me sometimes to complain about, well, I don't feel good about myself and they still show off their bodies. And it's almost like, is it for attention? I've tried to tell maybe it's not for attention. Maybe they are trying to overcome a stigma or some kind of body dysmorphia or whatever. That stuff is all for real. That stuff is real. But I know it's hard for me to feel sorry. I mean, one guy was like complaining he couldn't get anybody because he's so good looking or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, I can't even feel sorry for you. But I do know psychologically, of course, you could be the most successful person in the world and be upset and have bad self-esteem. I mean, low self-esteem. I do understand that part. But for me, I just started to feel ashamed a little bit. And I'm like, because before the pandemic, I had lost a lot of weight. I was still losing weight and I was eating a healthy lifestyle. Pandemic happened, and in LA, the shutdown happened. So I not only had a pandemic, we had a shutdown. So, and my doctor told me if I got COVID, I would probably die. So I was like, Okay, so for 90 days, that's 3 months, I didn't go nowhere. I didn't see nobody. I didn't walk around. If you're a person who's following for a long time, you know, a person who's always out and about in the city. I wasn't taking any trains, no buses. I was getting in cars. I was getting Uber. I mean, I was having food delivered to my house. It was very much this lockdown for me too. It was just like I couldn't go. I didn't go anywhere because I wanted to make sure those first until they told us what was going on, stay as safe as I could. So it was very tough for me. I didn't before I was walking everywhere. I was very active. My business is all shut down because the organizing work we had to figure out how to organize during COVID. What does that look like? What does that mean? What's safe? No one was hiring people lost money, lost jobs, and they're trying to figure out their money situation. Drink lots of water. Thirsty. Um, there was a lot that was going on in that world that I had to really figure out. So I had no money coming in from there. And then the media world dried up. All the studios closed, and that was it, kids. And we were just trying to figure it out. And it literally was like for 3 months or so, I had to figure out what to do to make money. It took me 4 months to figure it all out, to make some kind of income. But those first 3, 4 months, I wasn't eating the best, but I wasn't eating crazy. I mean, I changed all my eating habits, so I don't eat crazy. But I was eating a lot more pastas and stuff. But see, the thing is, I was at home. I wasn't exercising. I wasn't walking. And I know for a fact that my weight stays off when I have a combination of eating well and exercise. For me, that's the combination that works. I've just started again. I'm fully vaccinated, and I've just started. Things are opening up, so I've started to do the walking again, and eating much better. I'm doing a keto-based diet, but at first it was last year. I didn't have a luxury. It was like whatever money I had, you bought what you could get so you can have some food. It was not like, I was trying to get gourmet food and go to Sprouts and shit. I was taking care of what I had to go. Um, and so it's very interesting. Hi, Yvonne. Hello. Thanks for being in here. And the other ones who are watching, thank you. We're not commenting. Yeah, we all dressed that way. Yes, everybody dressed that way. It was just that we were. So there were a lot of things that just kind of flew under the radar because we weren't at normal. It's just what last year was not normal. I'm calling it another lost year. Like I had one lost year with my Bell's palsy. I had no lost year with this. It wasn't a normal year. So the weight, I used to call the secretary spread, where I was sitting at this desk a lot, creating content, doing interviews, writing books, doing music. I was here 8 to 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day, sitting here creating stuff and trying to go crazy. That much, my mental health was much more important than my physical health. It just was like keeping my health going. And then the weight just kept happening. I'm not a huge snacker. So I just stopped getting the shame off of me going, why just placing blame on yourself? It happens. You know, whatever happens, happens. You can't really, blame yourself. Last year was a very specific year. There are folks who didn't do anything last year and got flack for it. And some of us did a lot last year and got flack for it too, because we were overachievers or whatever. Hello, Kirsten. Um, we just it's everyone's year. That's one thing I had to learn. Everybody had to have the year they had to have. And you can't really judge people for what kind of year how they got through the pandemic. You really just can't judge it. You have to go with whatever they go with, and everybody's emotions were different. Because we weren't getting hair done, nails weren't getting done. For a while there was no soaps. For a while there were a lot of shows that were trying to film through phones and Zoom meetings. I mean, there was last year people had no jobs. They couldn't pay their bills. They couldn't pay their mortgages or rent. It was a tough year last year. And so I feel like my body is part of all that, is part of the weight of all that heaviness of last year. And I we got through it. And so now as I'm emerging like a butterfly out of a cocoon, I'm like, oh, okay. And at first, when I first saw my body naked, I'll be very honest, from the behind, I almost started just weeping. I felt so failed. I just felt like, what the fuck? Like, what happened here? And then I realized, and I really sat down. I was like, okay, James, it happens. It happens. It's not irreversible. It's not impossible. It's not irrevocable. All the ears, or M's. It's not something that can't be undone. You know how to do this. You've done it before. And you have to get a dedication and you just do it. And everybody used to see it. Like, why am I hiding it? Why am I doing pictures like this? Pictures with just a neck up. Why do that? My face is bigger, a little bigger than it was. It's a good looking face still, I think. Everybody seems to like it. Still hanging in there. I'm doing this little hair thing, a little 80s, 90s hair thing. I think I look pretty good. I just turned 52 last a few weeks ago. I think I look pretty good 52. Got a few wrinkles here. A few. I look pretty good. And it's just I'm really tall, so it's basically my stomach area and a few other areas. I can lose weight. And it was funny. Yesterday, I got a pair of shorts, my favorite pair of shorts. I got into them. I couldn't wear them the last 3 or 4 months. Now I fit them. So little by little, for me, what I'm doing, I'm not doing this major like lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks. No, I'm trying to do that. 2 pounds a week sounds good to me. And 26 weeks, that's 52, that's 52 pounds. I mean, that's not that long. It's like time goes by fast. And so I've been doing this for the last 2 months almost, and I've already lost like 12, 15 pounds. So, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And yes, and again, I'll go back to I know there are folks who like bigger people. I mean, I like people weight on them. I have no problem people weight on them. I've dated many people with weight on them, with many people, say many people. I date people with weight on them. No big deal for me. If I find you attractive, I find you attractive. For me, why I want to lose weight is literally for health reasons. I don't feel as comfortable in my skin when I'm this heavy. When you feel like you just don't feel comfortable. You just feel like I don't feel comfortable. But my breathing is fine, and I have some joint issues. I think because of the weight. And so as I continue to lose the weight, those things will go away. I've been eating much cleaner, much better. Today, I didn't. I had my first cheat day in 2 months. I actually had pancakes. I had hash browns. I haven't had those in 2 months. They were delicious. And you know what? Now that I've had them, I'm good for a while. I don't need them anymore. I'm not craving them. I was craving them for a little bit, and then now the craving's done. I did it. I know that I'm not gonna go back and fall into buying us potatoes and buying pancakes. It was fine. I've been working very hard not to. I think it is more about good health than appearances. Yeah, that's what it is. Because there's some folks who are larger who are actually healthy. My mother was large a couple of years ago, got some blood work done, and her numbers and levels were completely normal. We were like, "What do you mean? How can that be?" I'm like, "It can happen." I know for me, I don't look good skinny. I see myself skinny, and I just think I look weird. So I just get down to a medium. I look good in the medium space. So for me, it's a 34-inch waist. Um, that's like 230 pounds. For my height and frame, it just works. I know that the BMI just says I should be like 160 pounds, or that's not going to happen. I don't want to be that skinny. I think it's a little weird. I think I look good with some meat on me. So I'm going to continue that. But I think, and my doctor, one of my doctors, he's around my height and stuff and built, and he's around 230. He looks great. And he said that. He goes, "James, I feel great. I look good. I'm healthy. I'm a doctor. I'm healthy. And that's a good weight for you, I think." So I go there. 220 might be nice. Might be. But I'll get there. I'll get there at some point. That's the fun part. Um, it's kind of fun to like not pay attention so hard, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, I'm wearing this now. This shirt fits differently, and I can actually do this." That's great. Yes, I'm in a public eye, so I get judgment all the time. I did a song last year called "My Opinion Is the Only Opinion." The song was a huge hit, and I actually took quotes from people's comments about me, and one of those quotes was the fat stuff. I got people like he won't live long, and other folks like he's not even that big. Like I'm not huge. I'm under 300 pounds. I'm 6 feet tall, but I'm not gonna say exactly what my weight is, but I'm under 300 pounds. I'm under 290. I'm under like 280. I mean, like it's not. I'm up there, but I'm not over that. And my waist is at 38. 3840. So that's, it was much higher than that at one point. And I think that, and I look pretty good for what I'm carrying. So I think people need to kind of calm down a little bit with that. The camera does add weight on you. It just does. It always, even when I was skinny, it did. So that's just normal. But I just think that this whole thing of fat shaming needs to stop, because you never know what people are in their. Some people might be losing weight, you don't even know it. Like, you don't know where. But a lot of times it comes from other people. It's from my people in my life who call me fat, and not even the ones who not out there in the public eye. It's the ones that you know. Wow, did you you really gained some weight? Oh my God, you just I'm like, I know. And on some level, I don't care what they think, but I care about my health. So it's more about that. I think you turn back to me and go, it's more about me, not about them. It's like, how do I want to fit in my clothes? How do I want to fit as I walk? I like walking. That's my main thing. I like to walk. And so I want to make sure that I am walking. I can. I don't like being tired out, because recently I couldn't walk for a while. That scared me. And it wasn't from breathing. It was lower back. It was foot issues. It was leg issues. I'm carrying that weight. So as I'm losing the weight, I did almost 10,000 steps yesterday. We did a lot of walking yesterday. And I feel glad, because I felt, I didn't eat a lot to counter that. So I ate not very much. People should calm down, but it's gotten so bad, people hide behind a computer screen. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, Yvonne. I'm in the public eye. I kind of what I signed up for, and I'm on social media. And so for the most part, people's comments don't really bother me. They don't bug me at all. Every once in a while you'll get one to go, okay. But I get things hurled at me all the time. And I just, at this point, I'm just like, sure. I mean, if that makes you feel better as a person, then it's all yours. I mean, I don't fight with them or try to clap back or anything. That's why I'm doing this video. This video is kind of like saying, hi, I'm acknowledging what's in the room. Yes, James Jr. has gained some weight. He's working it out. He's going to lose it to the degree he feels comfortable. He's going to lose it. It's going to be okay. And I think that's also to myself, saying to myself, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to work this out, however long it takes. It's a lifestyle choice. Just that last year was a very unusual year of what went down. You know what I mean? It was an unusual year. It was an unusual year. And so, and also go to Yvonne's point, people can say whatever they want. That's their right. Their pages are not democracies or dictatorships. I always say that. My page is dictatorship. I post whatever I want, say whatever I want. I matter. And so for me, the same goes for anybody else. They can say whatever they want. They want to call me names, whatever. This is fine. Oh wow, he's gonna die tomorrow. He's such a fucking fat pig. And I was like, okay, sure. I don't let it get to me in a way that's gonna make me stop being who I am. Because literally it's the voices inside of you that are actually the loudest. Folks can say stuff to you, but most of us know the hardest person on yourself is you, right? Just is. We are hard on ourselves. We hone in on something and that's it. But again, you'll never see me show my body off. Whether I'm skinny or not, this will never happen. We can timestamp it and market. I'm just not using there. I don't really care about that. And again, for anybody who's larger and who is happy with their weight, I'm happy. I just hope you're healthy and that's working for you. And it's fine. Oh, thank you, Royal Masterpiece. But for me, I need to be a little smaller. And I just think that's kind of the thing. And it's for me, actually. It's not really for anybody else. It's for me. I mean, it's also for my family and stuff. They want me to live longer and blah, blah, blah. But I don't care about them either. It's about me. It's about me and how I feel, how my health is. I had blood work done recently, so I'm going to see what that sounds like. I'm on blood pressure medication, which I like to get off of at some point. So I'm working on all that stuff. And I was working towards it before I said, and then our lost year happened. So working it out. But this is my message to anybody else out there. Don't shame yourself. Don't feel bad. Once you start feeling bad and blaming yourself, then you don't do anything. You start feeling like, well, then what's the point? That's how I felt last year. I was like, I'm not seeing nobody. I'm not going around anywhere. Why am I trying to lose weight? Now it's a little backwards with thought, but part of it's true. We're all masterpiece. I know for me, food is a struggle. I dare not try to judge anyone else. I love food. I love food. I do. I'm not a snacker. I'm not a big sweets person. Those are not my weaknesses. I love actual food. I love to cook. And see the pandemic, I was making my own food. So on some level, my food was healthier because it was natural ingredients. Like I tried to do everything myself, which I could, make my own sauces and things. But I had a heavy carb diet last year. I was eating comfort foods that could fill me up because I wasn't sure where. I mean, I wasn't sure where I would get the money next. I would get some money and be okay, great. I can get mashed potatoes, oatmeal, pasta. Those are cheap things. Rice, cheap, cheap, cheap. Um, I get those, and I can make meals out of those. They can last forever. They can last for a long time. And so that's where, well, someone is texting me something. Um, so it's kind of like this big thing. So I was eating a lot of that stuff because I could make bulk of it and then have it for several days. I love cooking, and so I do a lot more cooking. I have an air fryer, which I love. I'm all about if you get an air fryer, for an air fryer. They're nice, and it's cleaner cooking in the air fryer. No grease is needed. I season my food, so it's not just salt and pepper. I do season my food. So there's a lot of things. I'm starting to go. I'm starting because now I'm making some money. I'm starting to actually buy better products again, cleaner meats, things like that, because it costs a little more, which is a shame, but it's necessary. It's totally necessary so you can actually lose weight. So I'll say it out loud. Yes, I am, and I don't mind saying the word fat. I'm fat. I'm not going to talk about the big boned or extra weighted. I got fat, and so now I have to lose the weight to a comfortable size where I can be okay and healthy and okay. And I'm going to be okay, and I'm not going to whatever. I'm not going to go buck wild. So that's kind of what I want to talk about, you guys. Thanks for letting me come on 20 minutes ago or so. I just wanted to come on really quick on my little mini vacation. Um, yeah, and that's kind of where that's at. But thank you so much, and everyone out there, please, don't blame yourself for stuff. Please just kind of accept where you are. You are where you are at any given time. Now you can get out of it if you need to. You can work it out with patience, understanding, care, concern, compassion for yourself, and some hard work. It is hard work. It's a lifestyle change. So, but if I can do it, you guys can do it too. I mean, I think we can all do it. And so that's the moral of that story. A lot of help is on Facebook. A lot of help is my website.com. And I'm James Lott Jr. everywhere. And I'll see you guys soon. I don't know what's going on. I have a show on Tuesday that I'm doing for Extra Connections. That's it for next week or so. I am still on vacation, taking time off to re-energize myself. But all you guys who are soap fans normally would watch this on a Sunday, and you guys are watching soaps. Sorry, but I will see you guys next time.